Well, that was a popular and engaging video. Of course, I'm referring to, does fapping cause hair loss or at least make it worse? This video received so many views and comments in such a short amount of time. That tells me how relevant of a topic it is, and I definitely want to build that conversation further. I want to focus on this one particular comment just to get started things out here. Master Exploder. I'm not going to look into that name very much, but that's the name of the person who left this comment. I like the whole entire comment, but I want to go down to the bottom half of that and really focus on this one part where he's actually talking about pornography. And by the way, I've learned that on YouTube I can't use the word pornography, porn, or porno in the title. So it'll just be our code that if you see anything about fapping in the title, it probably means I'm actually talking about pornography. And that's actually the case here, because I made it clear in the other video, I'm willing to separate fapping from pornography, but most people when they talk about fapping, they're actually really, it's a given they're also talking about pornography. So because YouTube won't monetize a video if I have pornography in the title, I'm going to use fapping as the code word because, again, for most people, they're automatically associating the two anyway. I want to look at this comment that's talking about the pornography part of fapping, as the other video started out talking about. He's talking about pornography, and here's what he says. He says, quote, "Pornography is really stupid. People do some stupid things in front of cameramen and often a big crowd of people working on a movie's production. It's acting, so they fake the crap out of it for their daily pay and get it done, and you sit in front of the screen and fap with your mouth open like some crazy bonobo monkey. I denied it, and somehow the urge died like a balloon which lost air. So it's quite easy to free yourself if you really understand it and why you do this, not because some Mr. Shell or Exploder guy told you to. Consider it a tip," end quote. So I really like that comment a lot, and I think it's hilarious. I just love the imagery of someone sitting in front of a screen fapping with their mouth open like some crazy bonobo monkey. And actually I had to Google bonobo monkey to fully understand. And yeah, it's a type of monkey that's apparently very active. So yes, that's a very funny thing. And for me, now in case you're new to this concept, because I focused on this subject a lot over the summer, but my audience has grown a lot since the summer when I was talking about before. But I'm one of the few men that exists in America in modern history that has never engaged in pornography. I was always aware of it, but I was never interested. For me, I couldn't get past the psychological part of how fake the whole concept was. Like the fact that these are women being paid to do this with money in front of people with cameras just for other guys to fap, because of it. And I don't know, it just seems I couldn't get over the psychological part of even that before. And something just so fake, and the fact that, yes, I was very aware of it's a very addicting thing and that it can rewire your brain and how you view women and how you view yourself, especially for teenage boys, and that becomes their mapping for their brain as they're even trying to understand sexual things to begin with and their own sexuality. And then you put a computer virus like pornography in your brain and you want to believe that everything's going to turn out all right. I have to believe that so much of the anxiety and fear that comes from some people who end up watching my videos to begin with, which really, when it comes down to it, my videos are here to help younger men help find their identity and their place in the as far as masculinity. But I think so much of it has been destroyed through that way of thinking, through the use of pornography. I truly believe that, and I do believe, no matter what exact definition of pornography is to you, never in the history of the world has pornography been so easily accessible. It's not like it was in every decade before now for teenage boys now, or even teenage boys a decade ago, okay? Since the 2000s, since the internet, since 20 years ago, people who grew up in that, and that was their version of pornography, completely different concept. So it's that much, so I can imagine how many people watch my channel having been corrupted by that. And what does everyone tell you? You've got two sides to listen to. You've got a religious side saying it's sinful, don't do it, it's wrong, it's immoral, God is not pleased with it. Then you've got the other side saying, hey, just have some fun. It's a little porn's not going to hurt anybody, right? But then you got me in the middle, and I'm not talking about religion as in conjunction with this, and I'm not saying that it's okay, it's harmless. I'm actually saying it obviously has an effect on a young man psychologically. It's addictive. Just like any addictive thing, it's going to take that much more of a hit for it to do the trick, and then translate that into real life when it's not the laptop computer screen and it's an actual woman. Imagine what it's going to take to get things going, because your brain has been hardwired for this fake, really fake fantasy. But man, just going back to the monkey concept, like for me, like even those restaurants like Hooters and Twin Peaks, like that just seems so pathetic to me. Like where I used to work for all those years, they opened a Twin Peaks just down the road, and some of the guys would say, yeah, hey, you want to go to Twin Peaks for lunch? Yeah, they got really good chicken there, yeah. And I'm like, this is so pathetic. These are men that are my age or older, some married, going to see waitresses in their 20s wearing, little clothing and pretending that they like everybody there, yeah, being all flirty. It's all fake. So for me, even in my mind, waitresses at restaurants like that, strippers, exotic dancers, pornography, to me, it's all in the same thing. It's all about, can we not see how can people be so okay with how fake that is? Like for me, I just want to look at this as in, I don't know, and maybe, I don't know, am I a feminist or something? Because part of my thing was always, okay, well, obviously that's someone's daughter taking her clothes off or wearing so little clothes for whatever she's doing. Obviously, you don't respect that woman in the same way that you would respect somebody you actually know and care about, like the woman you would eventually marry, or your sister, or someone who's close to you. You have to differentiate the way you respect women in real life, women you actually care about, and then you have to look at women differently in a completely sexualized way. And then at the same time move forward with your life, and in real life think, okay, here's all the women I respect, and then that one I just sexualize her, that's all she is to me. That's all she is. I completely stripped away from everything just for that purpose. And then you go back to the world, and then you fall in love, and then you care about someone, you try to have these relationships, but ultimately you're differentiating what women actually are. That's, I believe, what pornography will do to your brain. So for me, it all goes back to that imagery and that comment. I just love that. Fapping in front of a screen with your mouth open like a monkey. It's pathetic for me, like, to think about. Like, it's a pathetic concept, and in the name of masculinity, I say it's pathetic. Now, I understand a lot of people, as they heard me say the word pathetic, associating with pornography being pathetic. Well, who are you to say this? Who are you judging me? Okay, right, the whole thing. It's not about me judging you or looking down on you. It's saying, hey, man, I want to help you out of the pit, okay? Obviously, if you're watching my videos, it means you're looking for a calm, assertive leader like myself to guide you through your identity as a man, okay? So you're not watching some other guy saying, hey, Fapping's great. Come over to my house and we'll watch whatever Blonde Bimbos from Outer Space 3, whatever it is, right? You're not paying attention to that guy. You don't respect that guy. You respect this guy, whether you admit it or not. You keep watching my videos. You want to know what I have to say. I am some sort of father figure, uncle figure, older brother figure. I'm someone who's here to guide you, and that's where my heart is. In the name of masculinity, I am saying that pornography is pathetic. And no, it's not harmless. And remember, I never associated that to religion. So let's not go down that diversion, because I think people get defensive and they say, well, no, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about psychology. Pornography is simply pathetic. It's not actually masculine on top of all of that. It's the opposite of being masculine. Being a masculine male is you respect yourself, you respect women. And I think people get that mixed up with this concept of being alpha male, that you sexualize and you reduce women just to that. For me, being a real man is the opposite of pornography. Pornography is pathetic. That's what I believe. But what do you believe? Right here.